cabinet or floors your bed that were just right. Although this is just a story, it holds true for the Earth. The theory states that something must fall within certain margins as opposed to reaching extremes. For example, Venus is too close to the Sun and Mars is too far from the Sun, but the Earth is just right. The probability of Earth naturally being just right is very slim, which leads people to believe God created the perfect environment for the human race. Due to this perfect environment, the human race was able to evolve and mature.
Have you ever wondered why the Earth has remained perfectly habitable, being not too hot, not too cold, not too wet, and not too dry? If the level of oxygen on Earth had been risen by a slight percentage, virtually all carbon would have been converted into oxygen. It is cogent evidence that without carbons, humans would not be able to exist on Earth. From a logical point of view, doesn't it seem like there are one too many coincidences? Yes, we have been able to evolve over time, but that is due to the fact that we have been placed in this perfect environment with perfect conditions.
1 minute, 13 seconds. Rebuttal?
So, Anna just said it herself, we have been able to evolve over time. We see it every day. Evolution is right before us. It just makes perfect sense. And we keep going back to this point that God is this almighty being. He can do whatever he wants. If God is so almighty, why did he need the seventh day of the week to rest? What omniscient being needs the seventh day to rest? And the Bible is so full of contradictions. You come after us for not having every answer. The Bible can't even decide what came first, trees or man, Adam or Eve. They can't even decide if God was pleased or unpleased with humanity. Genesis contradicts itself 100 times over again. Explain that, please.
Also, you say that our planet is the Goldilocks of planets. There's trillions of planets in the universe. Trillions. Of course, there's going to be some here and there that are the perfect
10 seconds.
planet to be habitable. We just got lucky. Coincidence. Also, science is perfect. Look at math. Whenever you do a math problem, there's a reason why you always get it right if you do it correctly. Science is perfect, just like God is.
Point 3. Whenever you go.
Creationism is based on fact, while scientific evidence is about interpretation of observations from the natural world. One of these observations is fossil records, which are cogent evidence of the progression of organisms. Fossils on the bottom layers of sedimentary rock look very different than the ones today. This shows how organisms have gradually become more complex. Homologous structures are similar body structures in different species of organisms. These similar structures show a clear implication of a common ancestor. Analogous structures are structures that these species do not need today. This shows how organisms have evolved over time and do not no longer need these structures. All of this evidence points to a common ancestor from which man has evolved over time. Darwinism explains how man came to be through evidence of the development of complexity over time. Man is so complex that it must have been gradually developed over time and could not have been created in just a day. All the facts show that man was not created in a day, but has evolved from a common ancestor of other organisms.
1 minute. Rebuttal?
You said that fossils are like a significant way to show previous existence, yet there's like no evidence of transition fossils that show that any changes that's
I'd like to mention that, again, we keep going back to the purpose of the debate can they coexist? And I did mention to the judges that one side would think they have all the facts and data, yet they can't come up with the simplest things. That it seems as if they kind of lost their heads for a minute, like, and we need to be rational, keep your heads, and make sure we're all calm and you can listen to both sides without being overwhelmed by one side. I just like to put that out there.
Also, you mentioned math is perfect, but it's in no way perfect. If you look at chaos theory and things like that, if you have two swinging pendulums, there's no way to predict the movement. And there's not an answer to everything. For example, and like log x will never equal 0. There's no answer for which the function log x can equal 0.
Okay, 1 minute. Point 4, creationism.
Metacognition is the ability to think about thinking, to be self-aware. This is what we call a conscience. Is it a coincidence that we as humans are self-aware and yet the birds and bees are not? Does the tiger think about eating beyond the fact that it is hungry? It does not. It does not think about anything except what it needs to do to survive. Does the she-lion think about the miracle of life as it brings her cubs into this world? It does not. It gives birth without question. So what arbiter decides that humans have metacognition and others do not? This would have to be a higher power. Who else would have the ability to give this gift to mankind? Darwin? Darwin's didactic, The Origins of Man, has no explanations on how humans gained self-awareness. Evolution is an incomplete theory lacking of the origins of man's ability for metacognition. Thus, it cannot discredit or fully replace the theory of creationism.
1 minute, 7 seconds. Rebuttal.
You said that humans are the only self-aware animal in Earth, which isn't true because parrots are. If you ask a parrot, what color are you? They'll say, what color am I? They want to know. Also, I know. I looked it up before. You can look it up. Also, the evolution's over time. It's not like if you're thinking in terms of evolution, there wasn't just like one mutation of like, oh, I'm conscious now. I guess I'm conscious and my family is, and that didn't happen. It's over time. Consciousness was developed over millions of years.
We have no way. Evolution does prove why we're able to think for ourselves. It's because our brains have been able to evolve over years, and we've been able to.
There's a difference
gain that
between.
higher knowledge.
We have no way to tell like what animals are self-aware or not. We can't test it. Like we can't.
And we don't know animals can hear us. We don't know we can't hear animals. There's no actual communication between the two of us. We could be just they could just.
Okay. Point 4. Right? You guys are on your 4th point. Whenever you're ready, Sadie.
I would like to emphasize what Tyler said with a couple of coherent modern-day examples. For example, superbacteria have become a major issue primarily in countries such as India. These countries have overused antibiotics, and the bacteria have gradually become more and more resistant to antibiotics. It is obvious that this presents a major problem to the world. The bacteria will continue to evolve, and it is important that the world begins to use caution when it comes to antibiotics. Also, evolution is readily apparent in species such as the Galapagos finches. Although the finches are generally seen as an original example of evolution, they are still being studied today due to the fact that the environment of the Galapagos Islands constantly changes. These modern-day examples provide tangible evidence towards the theory of evolution.
46 seconds. Rebuttal.
You mentioned that these bacteria, they become more resistant to certain strains of antibiotics. That's such a case of microevolution that it doesn't destroy our case at all. For example, in the Bible, in Genesis, it is believed that 2 humans were created, Adam and Eve. However, soon, you had Hebrews, you had different races. Humanity evolved into different races, and that's recognized in all books of the Bible. And if humans can evolve into different races and nations, why can't bacteria? How does that destroy our argument at all?
I would like to remind the judges that the prosecution has only stated facts proving evolution exists, rather than discrediting creationism, which is what the purpose of this theory or debate is all about.
And in addition, so as logical humans, for instance, let's look at Mount Rushmore. It's perfectly carved. There's spaces in it. Yet their argument is, well, you know what? Over time, the right variables, it just kind of happened. Yet when we as humans see intelligence when we see it.
Point 5. Final point. Creationism.
There is no denying that there are some things in this world that cannot be explained by the natural laws of science. One example of this incontrovertible fact is the background temperature of the universe, which is the same in parts of the universe that are 20 billion light years apart, even though the universe is allegedly 13.8 billion years old. This would not be enough time for the temperature to stabilize, since heat can only be transferred at the speed of light, as stated in Source A. This is lucid evidence of an intelligent designer with the power to manipulate natural laws in order to create the universe that we live in today.
Further, there is no coherent evidence to suggest that an intelligent designer did not take part or have complete control over the process of evolution, and instead was a vital part of the development of life we see today. God played a key role in both the formation of the universe and the process of evolution, and cannot be proven otherwise.
56 seconds.
We aren't trying to
Rebuttal?
say that God wasn't behind evolution. It seems apparent to me that several members on the group have stated that evolution occurred because of God, but I'm pretty sure the debate here is trying to discredit evolution as a whole. But again, I think I've heard 4 members of the group say that God is responsible for it, and we're arguing for that. That's our side of the story here. We're trying to say that
We're
evolution.
denying God's existence. We're saying that Darwinism is real. That is how people came to be. And you tell us we're not discrediting your argument, but I would just like to state, I've said multiple times, the Bible completely contradicts itself. It has said, in general,